So here we are, guys. MMA UK News, Stoomboy, as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So talking about Grapplefest 14. Now that's going to be Saturday, 3rd of December. Going to be at the usual place, Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. Now, anybody that's ever been at a Grapplefest event, I keep saying this on every show, there is no atmosphere like it in any other grappling show that I've ever been to or I've ever seen. So, I mean, the spectators are on top of the action, which makes it very, very exciting. As the spectators are very knowledgeable as well. Like most grappling shows, they know what they're watching, they know what they're seeing, and they love to see the excitement on a Grapplefest night. And the grapplers as well. I mean, the grapplers, that walk down the stairs onto the mat, the music playing, the crowd going crazy, it definitely makes for a very, very special night. So, and Grapplefest 14 is going to be no different. Going to be the last show of the year for Grapplefest. So yeah, it's going to be an amazing show as always. Tomo and the guys at Grapplefest have put on another amazing show. Now, ticket availability, anybody looking for tickets, make sure you hit up your chosen grappler first of all, as they may still have some tickets available. If you can't get tickets through your chosen grappler, then hit up Grapplefest, either their Facebook or their Instagram. And there's also pay-per-view, as there always is, through Fight TV. And again, just head over to Fight TV and you will get all the details from there. We'll give you pricings and so on at the end of this interview. Now, my next guest is going to be on the show. So, William Timoney of Rilion Gracie Donegal. Now, William's one of the guys I absolutely love watching. William is, and his style of jiu-jitsu is definitely fun to watch. He goes in there, he enjoys himself. He's very, very technical. So, so we're expecting big things coming from William on the 3rd of December. So William, listen, absolute pleasure as always chatting to you, buddy.
That's good. Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, listen, it's always a pleasure chatting with you. I always love hearing what you're doing, hearing what you're up to, and so on. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, the gym's going strong. We were talking before, so the gym's going well at the moment. So Rilion Gracie's looking very positive at the moment.
Yes, serious busy. At the academy I run in Roma, we're actually looking to expand now at the minute. The academy in Donegal town where I train on a daily basis, we had a Tuesday evening fundamentals class, 44 people on the mat. And when you consider our population's maybe 3,500 at most, the surrounding areas in Donegal town. So it's going from strength to strength, which is great to see.
Yeah, I know the last time we spoke, I mean, we were just not long out of lockdown, and obviously it was tough times. I mean, everybody was, and again, it was a lot of people were just building their gyms up, and the gyms were becoming a little bit more busier. But as I say, for you, I mean, the gym's going strong. I mean, you talked about, obviously, you got the 2 places, and a lot of students. I mean, 44 on a fundamental night is a very, very good number.
It's great stuff, and there's a female student in our place. She's a blue belt, Hayley Doherty. She started a women's only class on a Monday night, and she had 44 women.
Wow!
Which those weight gyms messaging us from Dublin and Belfast, going, that's unbelievable. You wouldn't see that in the city, almost on a great night, So it's amazing to see, club just growing from strength to strength, and it's always good when you see a club that has older people and females on the mat. It shows that it's the type of environment you're working with, so it's good to see.
Yeah. So we're going to see some savages coming out of Rilion Gracie in the near future.
That's the goals. That's the goals.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's brilliant. It's so good to hear. I mean, especially women's classes. I mean, obviously, again, I've talked to a lot of women and that are in, whether it be jiu-jitsu or MMA, and the one thing they struggled with coming through their journey was finding females to train with, and but now it seems to be more and more women are getting involved in combat sports, whether it be for self-defense or whether it be they want to be competitors or so on. So it's brilliant to see, and as I said, it just shows that females in combat sports, it's all moving in the right direction for them.
Oh, 100%. And then you've got the competitors out there like Fionn Davis, and you got Rosa out of Ireland here, like going winning the Pan Ams. Fionn won the ADCC. Like it's bringing up that side of the sport, and it's seeing the females are saying, just I can do this, regardless of where I live or what I'm going, find a jiu-jitsu club and get stuck in.
Yeah. Oh, no. Listen, it's going to be great. I mean, the female combat sports, I mean, this year especially has been an unbelievable year for females, especially in grappling, what we love. So 2023 is going to be absolutely massive, definitely for female jiu-jitsu or female grappling. So guys, definitely keep an eye out, because the women are taking over. The females are definitely taking over. Put on unbelievable matches as well. So some of the best jiu-jitsu matches I've ever seen involve females. I mean, you talked about Rosa, 2 times Grapplefest fight of the night out of, I think, 4, if I believe right, 4 appearances on Grapplefest. So yeah, very, very unbelievable grappler to watch.
Like I seen her compete at blue belt, and it was one of the first kind of submission only competitions in Ireland. It was in the Midlands. I was just watching her running through. I think she might have fought a brown belt that night or a purple belt, and she was right through them. And like, she's just gone from strength to strength since, which is great. Like, for not just for Irish jiu-jitsu, but for the female jiu-jitsu scene in Ireland.
Yeah. Rosa's definitely been a star for a number of years. As I said, a lot of people are just getting to see her for the first time this year. But obviously, we've been seeing her for years on the scene, just absolutely, as you said, running through people.
It's just that style of jiu-jitsu, I think, is so it's great to watch. You're watching just that attacking, like, regardless of how the result goes, just that relentless attacking style. It's great to see.
Yeah. What about your own training? I mean, how's your own training?
It's going good. Yeah, going good. Just doing the same thing I was doing the last time I was chatting to you. I'm juggling. I'm juggling my training with in Donegal town, then with the guys in Oma, and I'm currently at the minute, I've started my own company where I'm going into schools, and I'm doing it in primary schools and secondary schools, where I'm going in and doing workshops with the kids, introducing them to martial arts and a bit of self-defense, and then showing them a bit of sports jiu-jitsu at the end to try to hook them and bring them on board, So I'm doing that, busy, just very, very, very busy at the moment,
That's awesome to hear. I mean, going into schools, I'd say that it's definitely something that's needed, because obviously schools predominantly have always been like football or rugby, whereas obviously everything's now changing. I mean, years ago when me and you were kids, everybody wanted to play football and everybody wanted to be like Pele or Maradona and stuff like that. Whereas now, when I go places, I hear kids talking about Gordon Ryan or Fionn Davies or Ashley Williams and stuff like that. So, and they always say, like, rather than saying I want to be like Ronaldo or Messi, now I'm hearing I want to be like Gordon Ryan, Fionn Davies, or whoever.
Because I was at a school yesterday, and it was in the Gaeltacht area, which is like an Irish-speaking area in Donegal. The only sport they do is Gaelic football, so GAA. And the PE teacher took me in. He goes, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how they're going to take to it. So a couple of kids came in at the start, and they sat at the side, didn't want to come onto the mats. And I showed the first technique, just basically distance management, closing the distance, getting into the clinch and taking somebody down. I looked around, the boys had their shoes off, they were on the mat. Once they seen there was any type of grappling or rough and tumble, they were ready to go, And they were the last guys hanging about. They even helped me tidy up the mats at the end. So might have a couple of lads for the teens class maybe going forward.
Definitely. Well, that's the thing. These kids nowadays, I mean, they're very quick learners. I mean, obviously they've got social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikToks and so on. They're on YouTube all the time. So nowadays they're very, very fast learners. So obviously something like jiu-jitsu or grappling, MMA even, they're going to pick it up very, very quickly.
Because I think, as you touched on it there with the sports, usually it's in the schools, like that team sports thing isn't for everybody. Like, if you don't excel at football or you don't excel at rugby, like, there's no outlet, there's no additional outlet for a kid. So something like martial arts, you got that kid, as Rogan says, them jiu-jitsu nerds, kids that are like very cerebral. Like, that's the kid that's going to excel in jiu-jitsu, a kid that can see something and immediately the brain's going and then they can do it. You know, because those are the guys you wanna rope in.
Yeah. Nah, it's good as well. Plus, it teaches kids a lot. I mean, we talk about discipline, respect, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's important for kids nowadays because some kids are unruly, as we know, and these are the kids when they come into class. They're the ones that excel. They're the ones that listen and so on. So, as you said, it's definitely for everyone, whether it be maybe a kid that's maybe getting into trouble a bit, or the kid that's maybe on their own and stuff like that. As soon as they come into jiu-jitsu, it gives them a different type of confidence and so on. So, and it's brilliant to see. I mean, I've seen kids going from like very, very timid kids to some of them are funny. I mean, one kid was even calling me out. We went to a competition and said, "Stoom, I can footwalk you." So I made a deal with him. I said, "Well, I'll come up to your gym. We'll have a 5 or a 6 minute roll, gi or no gi, whatever you prefer." I said, "If you can footwalk me, I'll give you 20 quid. If I can footwalk, if you don't footwalk me, you owe me 20 burpees." And I went up and we obviously had a roll. He never submitted me, but I gave him the 20 quid anyway. I paid for, it was like 2 competitions. But he still owes me 20 burpees. So Marcus, if you're listening, you still owe me 20 burpees. But his coach messaged me and said, "Stoom, see what you did coming up and doing that. That was absolutely awesome." The boy Marcos absolutely loved it. I think he was like 14 or something. So, but he said he absolutely loved it. He took so much away from it. So listen, I appreciate you coming up and doing that, which to me it was good fun.
Oh, like it's what 20 minutes, half an hour of your time, but what it does for that kid, like it's something he'll never forget. You know, the fact that you took the time to come up and give him that opportunity. You know.
Yeah. But he was so desperate. He wanted to football. He was trying every single submission he could get on, and I was even giving him my foot and all that. But it was good fun. The kid absolutely loved it. I enjoyed it as well. So yeah, listen, I'll do that all the time. I mean, I regularly get kids from like all over Scotland because I do the kids jiu-jitsu comps through the UK BJJ. I regularly get kids saying, "Oh, Stoom, I want to roll with you. I want to do this. I want to do that." So, but listen, I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it. So, definitely, these kids are the future. The future for what we do. These kids are going to take what we do to a whole new level that we've never seen before.
Yeah, because they're starting out at that 4, 5, 6-year-old age, and like you think of the sports we played as a kid. Like if you played rugby, you played soccer, like all the time you put into getting to any decent level at that, these kids are learning, so they're growing with their bodies. That's why you see the wrestlers in the MMA, how like successful they are, because they're doing that from 4 or 5 years of age. So they're growing, their body's going into the movements, if you know what I mean. Whereas we started jiu-jitsu as adults, and an adult seems, for most people, anyway, for myself, you feel so clumsy when you start jiu-jitsu. Even doing a forward roll or a shrimp or everything feels clumsy. These kids are learning it at such a young age where they don't have that, "Oh, geez, do I look silly doing this forward roll? Or am I going to fucking put my neck out doing this backwards roll?" Where a kid, as you show them, they'll do it, and they're doing it for such a young age. By the time they hit like 15 or 16, they've been doing martial arts for 10 years. Like it's kind of terrifying how good they're going to be by the time they're 20, 25.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be terrifying. It's definitely, but I'd say it's going to be great for what we do in the years to come. So there's going to be a lot of superstars coming out of, and as you said, kids that have been doing it from a very, very young age. So listen, definitely hats off to you for what you're doing. It's absolutely brilliant to see. It's brilliant to see that schools as well are now open up to us coming in and doing stuff. So a big shout out to obviously the schools that definitely let us in.
Oh, big time. And what's going to happen is I went in initially to do secondary schools, and then it happened to be a teacher who started jiu-jitsu in our academy and was like, "Oh, would you come in and do it for the European Sports Week for the national school?" And I come in and I could see some of the kids actually attend our kids' classes, and they were like pointing at me and they were telling the kid beside them "Oh, this is William, he's a coach at the gym." And then they're contacting our gym, then they've seen the demonstration, they enjoyed it, they want to get stuck in, you know. So it's that's cool. Like I really enjoy it. I'll the kids side of things is I love seeing them. I love seeing their eyes light up when you do a hip throw and they're like, "Oh, we can do this," you know. It's cool.
Definitely. Then what about you at Grapplefest? So Grapplefest 14, obviously awesome show. How did you find out that you got the call up for that? So what were you doing at the time when you got the message?
So how it came about was, I think it was about maybe 3 months ago. They put up on the Grapplefest page that they're looking for, I think, purple, brown, black belts for the next event, and I just sent off my details, and maybe 8 weeks ago or so, I got a message then back from the Grapplefest page. I assume it was Chris that was messaging, and he said, "I have a matchup for you." He says he's under 100 kilos. Would you be interested? And I was like, yes. Jesus, to get the opportunity to compete at Grapplefest. I watched so many of them now. Like to get a shot to get on that stage. I was like, oh, I don't care who it is, when it is, I'll be there. You know.
Yeah. It is. I mean, it's the number one show. I mean, I talk about it being the number one show in Europe. It definitely is in my eyes. And again, you're talking about worldwide. It's definitely up there. I mean, it's got to be top 5, one of the top 5 shows in the world. Because we're seeing every show. You've got guys coming all the way from as far away as Australia, all the way through to America and so on, all want to be on the show. And obviously the homegrown talent, obviously here in the UK and Ireland and so on, are regularly on the show as well. So it's great to see. It's great to see, obviously, people getting a chance to go against some top grapplers from all over.
It's great. And it's one of those, as you say, like the word's getting out there. When you can mention a show like Grapplefest to somebody who doesn't do grappling, but they know what it is, like that's when you know, like something's at the ascendancy. Like, because it was like the same way Polaris was a few years ago. If you mention Polaris, people will go, "Oh, that grappling show." They would know, they knew what it was. So it's like when you mention Bellator or UFC now or One Championship, people go, "Oh, MMA." I think Grapplefest is at the top of the top of the pile. That's for sure.
Definitely. So it's going to be brilliant to see you on that. I mean, what's next then? So obviously 2023. Going forward, I mean, 2022 has been a great year. It was a good year for us getting back to normality.
Yes,
obviously getting the gyms open again, making sure they stayed open, and obviously some competitions coming up as well. But 2023 is going to be a massive year for everybody. So what would you like to see yourself doing next year going forward, William?
More of the same. Like getting stuck in with the schools, moving to a bigger space for the academy in Oma is definitely priority, and just keep competing. Like I've competed like every month now for the last like 4 months, so I've like won every month. So I'm just keeping going, and that's why I'm hoping 2023 maybe start the year with the Euros and just keep going from there. You know, we have a trip planned to Miami, out to Rilion Gracie HQ in March, so hoping to get as many competitions in before the trip and then kick on after it then for the second half of the year, you know, really keep things going.
Yeah. It'll be awesome as well getting out to Miami, obviously headquarters, getting over there and obviously get training with the guys over there.
Oh, it's brilliant. Like this will be Mike's 3rd trip to Miami. So that's where Master Rilion is himself, and he has his son Hogan there, and Hogan's the same size as me, long limbs. He great guy to train with, like that's where Hodger would have spent a lot of his teenage years. Like, did you ever see that documentary, that Rise of the Gracie Fighter, all about Hodger? It's Henzo and Master Rilion in his corner for all of his competitions when he went through that run in 09, 010, where he was submitting everybody. Like they were in his corner, and it's great to go over there and for me to roll with guys at that level and just kind of see that that's where you're aiming for. You know, that's where you want to be.
Yeah. I know. It's always good getting over. As it whether it be, because I remember going over years ago, to I was under Gracie Barra and got over to Gracie Barra headquarters over in California, and being able to go over there and just seeing the people that trained over there and getting the training in, and it was like when I went over there, even though it was my first time over there, I was family. I was took in, and it's again Rilion Gracie as well. I mean, as soon as you go over there, your family, so you're welcome to come in and so on and trains. So it's going to be, again, an awesome trip for you again.
Yeah, it's cool. And it'll be nice to go and 10 days and just focus on training and not have to be like, right, I need to be here at this time or there at this time. Just train and sleep and enjoy the time over there. Just enjoy being on the mats and not have to be thinking about curriculum or teaching or, keeping kids right and all this type of things. It'd be nice just to go and train and enjoy the time.
Oh, definitely. Listen, enjoy that. Definitely enjoy that. I mean, I know you will. I know you'll enjoy it when you're over there. So, and then final thing for you then, William. So again, you've been in the game for a while. Obviously, again, you've had some amazing training partners up until now, and you're obviously going to have more amazing training partners going forward. But anybody you want to shout out to, any friends, family members, teammates, anything like that?
So I'll be short if I don't give a shout out to my boys in Oma, my students, everybody in Rilion Gracie Donegal town, my coach, Brian Gorman, RGI head coach, Barney Coyle, and just my sponsors, Soul Taker Fightwear, like they've been with me the last few years now and haven't had to ask for anything. Boys are looking after me. So that's Danny and Sid at Soul Taker. I want to give them a shout out. Thank you.
Definitely, guys. Definitely some great stuff on there. So make sure that you're having a look and seeing what they have available. So guys, there we go. Then we're going to have William Timoney, Rilion Gracie Donegal. Going to be heading over to Grapplefest 14. That's Saturday, 3rd of December. So we are just about 9 days away now. So from another amazing Grapplefest show. So it's going to be at the Fusion nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. So again, if you've never been at the venue, have a look online. Have a look at some of the things on YouTube for Grapplefest. I mean, the atmosphere there's nothing like it at all. Nothing like it at all. And it brings out the best in the grapplers because all of these grapplers are on the show are already fantastic. But see, once they step on a Grapplefest, Mark, there's a different type of adrenaline. There's nothing like it at all. So I know William's going to absolutely thrive in the moment. So he loves being on the big shows and going out there and putting on performances and so on. So ticket availability, as I say, make sure you're checking with your chosen grappler. If you can't get any tickets from them, then go to the Instagram or Facebook page for Grapplefest. Pay-per-views on Fight TV. Couple of different payment options. You do have a standalone pay-per-view price, $14.99. But the cheapest and most cost-efficient way of doing it is probably the monthly option. It works out as $4.99. And that'll give you not just this Grapplefest event, but every other Grapplefest event that comes on, as well as Grapple Kings as well. So obviously Grapple Kings also on Fight TV, and a lot of other different grappling events, as well as some other stuff on there. So it's definitely worth $4.99 a month, in my opinion. So, yeah, William, listen, absolute pleasure. As always, I love chatting with you and hearing what you're up to, William.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure as always.
Yeah, listen, I'll be down for Grapplefest. I will be there on the night. I know I had issues trying to get the Grapple Kings.
Grapple Kings before I missed you. Hopefully get to see you this time.
Yeah, listen, I'll definitely be down. We're all booked up. We're ready to come down. We've got a few guys on the card from our gym. So listen, I'll 100% obviously catch up with you. We'll get a chat. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you and the rest of the Irish guys heading over.
There's a good crew that's going.
Yeah, a famous Irishman once said, the Irish are not here to take part, they're here to take over. And Grapplefest, the Irish are coming. So William, absolute pleasure again. Enjoy the rest of your training, and we'll see you in 9 days' time, buddy.
Cheers. Thanks for having me.
Take it easy, buddy. Thank you.
Right.